Hey y'all, it's your girl Charity B, and welcome to the I'm Enough Mastering Self-Love podcast. This podcast was designed for both men and women who are in the process or wanting to start their self-love journey. Here we discuss many topics related to self-love that promotes healthy habits that will help support your mental and emotional health, boost self-confidence, and self-worth. So get ready. This is something you don't want to miss. If you like what you hear in this episode, feel free to DM me and leave comments on my Instagram page at iam.enoughmsl. The podcast is also available on YouTube. The link will be in my description box as well as on my Instagram page. Hey y'all, welcome back to the I'm Enough Mastering Self-Love podcast. It's your girl Charity B. As usual, I hope you guys are doing great today and had a great couple weeks while we haven't talked to each other, or a good rest week. For me, I was really productive and I had a great productive week actually. I cannot complain. My day was good. Things just starting to look up for me, you know. I don't know if you could tell, but I could tell it's in my skin and my face. I look happy. I look good. Yeah, I feel great. So that's good. I hope the same for you guys as well. And if you are feeling down, here's some encouraging words, you know. Life be beating you up. Like I said, they want to stump on you and beat you down, but in the end, we are always going to get what we want when we put our best foot forward. Don't give up. It's okay to take breaks, and if you need a break or a breather, but don't give up. Keep on going. What you want is close. If you keep on trying, you're getting closer. Okay, so don't give up, and it's okay to feel down and feel sad in the moment, but remember, you are that girl or you are that man, and you can make it work. Okay, so before we get into today's content, I did have a couple announcements to make. First, my giveaway is still going on currently. I don't know about y'all, but when I hear free or stuff is given to me for free, I don't have to pay for it, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get it. Okay, so I have a giveaway going on currently, and it started on last Sunday, July 23rd. It's ending July 30th. So that'll be your last chance to enter to win the giveaway. July 30th at 8 p.m. CT time. Okay, so you will be winning a I'm Enough notebook with a I'm Enough pen and a t-shirt. So if you would like to win those things, please go to my Instagram page and follow the instructions that are listed. All you have to do is follow my Instagram page at iam.enoughmsl, tag 3 people, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you can click the link in my bio to do that, to subscribe. And for extra submission, you can also tag me on a post on your story so that you can get extra submission, coins or whatever. So please don't be scared. Go ahead and enter for my giveaway. And yeah, do it before it ends, because once it ends, somebody gonna get the goodies. I really should have entered myself, but we're not gonna talk about that. Also, I did take my website down because, like I said, I have something, well, I probably didn't say it, but I'm saying it now. I have something brewing in my brain, and when I do release my website again, I want it to be perfect and do everything that's going on in my mind. So I took it down so that I can get everything together, put it into works. Okay, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, as well as share the podcast with your grandma, grandpa, any of your loved ones, people you don't really care for anymore. Share it with everyone, strangers, because we all need to learn a little bit more on how to love ourselves on a deeper level. Okay, as I said before, don't forget to follow my Instagram page at iam.enoughmsl. Okay, so let's get into today's content. This is episode 20, and we're going to be talking about manifesting your ideal partner. Okay, so what is manifesting? What does it mean to manifest something? It means to turn something from an idea to reality, to speak something into existence. There's more to it, but we're not going to get into it. We're going to talk about the basics. I will leave a link if you want to learn more about what manifesting is, because if you don't want to do something you don't know nothing about, okay? Because everybody talk about manifest, but if you don't know how to properly do it or know what it means, why would you even try it? So I also did research, and I found this young lady, I forgot her name, but I also will leave a link to her YouTube video of where I went and like got more information. She talks about more in depth detail on what manifestation is and what manifesting is, and it's in a simpler way for us people to understand, because I don't know about y'all, but I understand that jargon. I don't all that rumbo jumbo. Just give it to me simple and plain. So yeah, she was perfect. She explained it very detailed, but I'll leave that link below to if you want to look more into that. But yeah, the basic meaning of it, or what does it mean to manifest something, is turn your ideas into reality and speak something into existence. And it is very real. If you did not know, you ever heard of old folks tell you, or your parents tell you, be careful what you say or watch what you say because it can become true? That's true. And if you have tested it out before and said something negatively, or even if it had to be negative, you said something, it came true, and you like, what's going on here? You just participated in manifesting something to become real. Okay, we manifest things through manifestations. Our conscious self thinks about something, or we create something that we want to become real. Example is creating a life that you desire. You're manifesting a life that you desire by creating it into making it into reality. So why are we discussing this? Well, you may be sitting there and you're probably tired. You probably don't even know what you really want in a partner, but you just tired of attracting the wrong partner, or you probably just tired of the same old thing or the same results that you get when you in relationships. Probably just realize there's better out there, you just don't know how to attract it, or you just maybe just want somebody to want exactly what you want, or have the same core values that you do to have a healthy, stable relationship. You just simply just tired of the same old. You want something different, you want something better, you want your ideal partner. Are you ready for your husband or your wife or your life partner? Whatever you want to do, okay? So that's why we talking about that, because it's like, okay, well, I know some of us sick and tired of being tired of the same old not ready men or women, because women got some issues too, or attracting women that don't care nothing but money and bucks and material things. Like, she's material girl, like. And you want somebody who has some real values like you. So you're in the right place. Today we're going to talk about manifesting your ideal partner, the woman or man that is made for you. So the popular question of today: how do you manifest your ideal partner? The first thing I'm going to say is this: ask yourself, what do you want in a partner? Now, it may be difficult to answer that question if you never had to take a step back and be like, okay, well, what am I looking for in a partner? Especially if you just go out there and whatever likes you and you like the way they look, you just date them. So it's kind of hard to sit back and really just be like, okay, what do I want in a partner if I don't really know? Well, if you are having a problem with that, I would sit back and reflect on my past relationships or even my current relationship. What is that person doing, or what did they not do in the relationship that you wish they did that would have made the relationship healthier or feel more stable? What did you need them to give to you, or to give you or show you, that would have made it work? Not materialistic, what things they could have done differently to be like, okay, this is what I would like to see in my partner. Even if they did have some good qualities in them, what qualities you saw in them that you did like and you would like in your future partner? Then you need to make a list. Let me tell you, because I kind of lied, but not on purpose. And I was like, I don't know how I got here with the self-confidence and the self-love. And it was simply like I was doing the steps without knowing what I was doing. I didn't know I was manifesting things. I didn't know that I was practicing self-love. I just knew that I was helping myself get to where I wanted to be, as far as the woman I wanted to be and the people I wanted to attract. And I remember, because we're gonna take a trip back into memory lane. I was 19, and this is probably like I was growing up like moment. And I remember I was in my dorm because I was dealing with somebody for years, and they just didn't want what I want. And it was like, you try to make things work because y'all care about each other. Y'all clearly have feelings, and everybody know that. But it comes to a point where feelings is not enough. having love for somebody is not enough. I wasn't in love, or I love that person. It's like, you know, you care or you got love for somebody. It's not enough. So it's like, I was sitting in my bed and I was like, they had did something. And I was like, I'm never going to let nobody make me feel this way about myself. Or like, I'm never going to let nobody drag it out like that when I know, like, I personally deserve better in a man. Like, I know what I bring to the table. I might be young, but I always had a good head on my shoulder. So, and everybody knew I'm a good girl. Even if you didn't date me, I'm a good girl. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that no more. And I put my foot down and I went after somebody that did want what I wanted at that time. Another thing, I'm telling y'all to make the list. Like, after my last relationship, I was like, he had all great qualities. It was just one thing that just wasn't it. And I ain't talking about anybody, because whatever. Hey, how you doing if you're watching? But like, I care. I don't care. But like I was saying, I made a list after my last relationship. I was with that person for 3 years, and I was like, okay, they had everything except that one thing just wasn't working with us. And it wasn't cheating. It was nothing crazy. It was just, it was one of the core values just wasn't matching, and nobody was budging. So it was just like, okay, well, that just means we don't need to be together. But I realized for myself, like, again, when you care about people, you kind of drag things out. And when you realize, like, you're willing to make certain sacrifices and that person just can't, that's okay. But that just means that you're not supposed to be with that person. And I feel like I was just trying to make it work because they had checked every box that I thought was a great quality in a man or a husband. And it was just like, well, this one thing is just not going to work. So you're going to have to make a decision. In the end, I didn't make the decision, and I feel like it backfired on me, and they made the decision for me. And it was like, it was too late at this point. Like, I'm the one suffering when I could have been doing my own thing, or, you know, I put myself in jeopardy for not making the decision for myself because I thought that was the one. But, you know, when you just got to start praying about certain things, because if you feel some type of question, or you got a question about it, then that's not the person for you. But that goes to say, like, after that, I say, you know what? I'm going to make a list of the man that I want. All the qualities of the man that I want as a husband. Okay? I put everything I wanted on there. Y'all want a gentleman, somebody who's sweet, take care of me, who's the man, etc. I don't have to go in details, you know. But it's just like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was manifesting my ideal part of myself. I was manifesting who I wanted to be with. And it's crazy. I think that's how I just organically, like, I came deeply involved in learning how to love myself along the way. Because I'm, 25 now? I've been on this self-love journey since I was like 19. So it's like, that's crazy. So I did know, I just had to say that I do know actually what, how I got here, okay? So I do know. But anyways, back to this, make your list. I'm saying that to say, make your list. What do you want? What qualities do you want them to have? Someone who makes you feel safe and secure. Do you want somebody who's stable? Do you want somebody that knows what they want? Are you ready for a relationship? Do you want somebody who want to be in a relationship? Do you want somebody who take it slow but still know that the fact that you're the person they want to be with? You want somebody who understands, hears, and listens to you. Be very specific on what you want. My list was very detailed on what I want. Don't just say, I want a manly man. I want a dominant man who knows how to take control. Because then you might get an abuser. Because you wasn't specific on what type of manly man or dominant man. What did that mean? Like, nobody know what that means. So be very specific. If you want a manly man that's dominant to take care of business, or you want him to be in control, as if there was something wrong in the family, he know how to, like, get it together and get y'all back on the right road. Be very specific, okay? So once you have made your list, you can now move on to the next step, which is, you can't ask for nobody or ask for somebody else to have a quality that you don't have. So you need to be or have the qualities that you seek in someone else, okay? You attract what you are. I always say this because it's so true. That's nothing. That's really real. You attract exactly what you are. Yeah, you can't attract good things if you don't obtain those good things that you want. Okay? If you attract good things that's already together, you're going to end up contaminating the good things or that situation, and what could have been for you will no longer be for you, or it's going to take you 2 times or 10 times the pain and effort and put in the hard work just to get that thing to turn back good. And it's just like, why even go through all that when I should have already prepared myself to receive these things? So never go into a situation like halfway broken and expecting that person to turn you good, which we're gonna get into that later. So it just goes to say, you can't be broken and expect somebody whole and complete. Like it just doesn't work. You can only manifest qualities that you hold. Okay, so if you broken, you just gonna attract somebody else who's broken. We talked about this before. Like that's exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get what you put out, which is only fair, right? This step is really important because it's easy for us to find fault in other people, and it's kind of hard to take a look in the mirror because you can quickly go back to step 1 and say what qualities that person didn't have or what they didn't do right. But what did you not do right? Why did it not work? What could you have done differently in the relationship that could counteract what that person was doing to make them change their ways, possibly? Because you can't make nobody do nothing. But I promise you, sometimes you can't just fight fire with fire, okay? So if he fighting with fire, she fighting with fire, and you fighting with water, you can put that fire out, and then they can be like, okay, well, this is how this is supposed to go, and you can probably change the situation around. So it's not saying like you hold it accountable, but y'all can't be sitting there playing the blame game. Oh, well, he don't know how to do this, or she don't know how to do this, and da-da-da-da-da, and I know how to do this, or I know what's wrong with me. Okay, like I always say, so you know what's wrong with you. What are you doing about it, though? Like, what are you doing to change the fact of what's wrong with you? Okay, it's fine to know what's wrong with you, but what we doing to fix it so that we can make things better for us and we can be happy with the people we decide to lay down with, marry, or be in long-term relationships with? Because it's nothing like being in a long relationship and you feel like you're wasting your time or that person's wasting their time. Okay, so you definitely need to prepare yourself for what you want. If you want someone loving and caring, you got to be just that. Okay, that is just simple as that. I was reading this article by Shelley Bullard, and she said that the common mistake that people usually make is we want a person to take care of us in a way we aren't taking care of ourselves. That was so deep. That was so deep because it's like, what? Red flag? What? It's true for some people. You want people to take care of you in a way you don't even take care of yourself. For example, you want somebody that thinks you're beautiful because you don't think you're beautiful. If this person sits here and try to validate your beauty every day, do you know how tiresome that can get because you don't believe it? Another example is even when you're constantly getting reassurance or validation to approve something that you should already know. Do you know how draining that can be? Like you're putting your insecurities on that other person just so that you can be happy. In the end, it's going to be one-sided. Like, you're going to end up happy because that person keeps trying to validate you and reassure you that you're perfect and this is that and nothing's wrong. But you're putting your insecurities and you're draining that person because they have to keep giving to you in order to make sure that you stay happy in a relationship, but they're not getting nothing. The relationship is just not going to work. You're going to keep seeking validation and reassurance in that person where you fail to provide that reassurance and security for yourself. And it's just going to create bigger problems or more problems where it doesn't need to be. So if you're going to go into a situation, make sure that you're secure and you whole. Like I said, prepare yourself for the things you want. You should already be secure with yourself before you get into any situation. Even if you're going back to an old situation. Sometimes things happen when y'all were younger or just before you even rekindle, and it caused y'all to break up. But don't bring that back in there. You need to completely heal from that situation, regardless of what it is. It don't matter if it's cheating or whatever it was. If you make the decision to go back to that person because you think that y'all have something that y'all can savor, some broken pieces that y'all can put back together, then you need to be prepared for everything that process is going to take. You have to be healed and whole and complete before you even get back into that. Or the pieces that are remaining are just gonna fall apart. It's just not gonna work. And same thing on the other end. If you're the person that did the wrong in the relationship, you gotta like be ready for the stuff that comes with it. Sometimes you do have to reassure that person and make sure that they feel confident and stuff like that. But it comes to a point where like if I said it already, we can't keep talking about the same thing too though. Like I get that part too. It's like I just said what I said. I'm not gonna keep going over and over again. Like that's starting to get draining. At that point, I'm trying to give you validation and confidence where you fail to do it for yourself. So I just said that to say, don't expect other people to be your stepping stool in boosting your confidence when you should already be boosting your confidence. You already should be whole, complete, and feel like you're beautiful. It's no use to get in a relationship just so somebody can tell you that you're pretty or that to give you that validation. Your confidence will always be low. Your self-esteem will always be low if that's the case. Because you're seeking happiness in somebody else. Like that shows total sense of happiness because that person gives it to you. And the moment they take it away, like I said, all hell breaks loose. Okay. The third thing that I would say is to create the atmosphere and love that you want in a relationship. As I always say, it starts with you, okay? Creating a life you want and the love you want starts within. You got to find that passion, that drive, that beauty, and that power that lies within you to start building your confidence, to create the atmosphere and the energy that you do want around. Start showing yourself that compassion and the attention that you think you need that will make you feel whole and complete. When you do that, when somebody shows you less or provides less, you won't hesitate to leave the situation, because at that point you know what real love looks like. You know what unconditional love looks like. So you won't accept anything less. And then when real love comes to you, you also know how to identify that. So you won't make it run away by, like, why is he or why is she like showing me all this kindness and gentleness? You're going to embrace it because you know what it looks like. You have already provided to yourself. At this point, you gain that self-confidence and that self-respect. You respect yourself enough to know that I won't accept less than this. You either give me more than what I expect or you gotta go. And then also when you create the atmosphere that you and the love you want, people feed off your energy. You ever seen a woman or a man walk in a room and then their energy is just so crazy? You can feel their confidence. And I'm not talking about all that dominance and I'm the alpha male and just this cocky BS, just being a dick. I'm talking about real confidence, like pure confidence, and your energy is like, oh, I want to be around her, I want to be around him. Like once you create the atmosphere and you start really loving on yourself and really start taking care of yourself, you, not just the physical attributes, because yeah, you can see a fine girl or a fine boy, but that, or man, sorry, not boy, fine man, and it's just like, okay, yeah, you fine, but that energy, when you got it, you look good and your energy giving off, like I'm attracting that, that's like a whole, like, what? Bling, light up the bell. It's like my spider senses is like, go to him or go to her, because it's like, I want to be around that person. Their energy is great. When you create the atmosphere like that, you too can be like that. People start feeding off of that energy. Good people. Now, I'm not talking about just anybody, but good people that you do need to be around. You start attracting that energy. And if you don't believe it, even when you don't have that energy, you don't have high self-confidence or self-esteem, you fall prey to other people. This is why sometimes you attract people that misuse you and abuse you, because they can sense that bad energy too. Oh, she's so meek and humble. Yeah, you probably got like the baddest attitude. You probably look good, but your confidence is not all the way there. And they feed off of that. Oh, she's not going to stand up for herself. He not going to stand up for himself. I'm just going to use him and go about my business, because if they not strong enough to say, oh, don't do it, so I'm gonna do what I want. So you have to protect yourself from falling prey by protecting your energy and actually putting the work to create the atmosphere and showing yourself some love. When you know that you can put your mind, you can do anything that you put your mind to, and you are worthy of the things that you desire and that you want, there has no choice but to come to you naturally. You don't even have to open your mouth at that point. It just draws to you. I don't know about y'all. I feel like I'm there, but I want to be really there. I want to walk the room and they're like, what? Her energy. Like, I want to go towards her. I want to gravitate to her. I feel like people don't do that now because of my face. I be like, it's not on purpose, just my face. It just be resting. Like, I don't understand. It's resting. It's in its comfortable state. But I promise you, if you talk to me, I start smiling and stuff like that. But just my regular face. So I think that's why people don't gravitate to me. But once they start talking to me, a lot of people are like that. Once they start talking to me, they're like, dang. I don't even have to talk about specifically what type of person I am. But if I start talking, yeah, it's different. They be like, okay. I'm like, I thought you were this, but it's crazy how you're not that. You're a great person, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I know. Anyways, but yeah. Like I said, I want to be that person. Like, I walk in the room. Maybe I need to smile more. Maybe that'll work. It's just my face. When I smile, it looks tight. I'm working on it. Like I always tell y'all, I'm working on it. Moving on to the next step. After you have created the atmosphere and love that you want, then you need to start applying what you have done. After you have wrote down the qualities you want your significant other to have, and you have started being or started showing, gaining the attributes that you want or the qualities that you want in another person, and you have created this atmosphere, you need to now apply what you have learned and practice. Because like I always say, it's the same thing with healing. Like, you can say you heal all day, but the moment you face with the triggers and stuff, or when you face with the test, it's like school. You know, yeah, we learn every day. We know how to do it when the teacher teaches, but when you come to that test, it really shows if you really know what you're doing. So it's like, it's the same thing with life. You can't say, you can be like, oh yeah, now I can go and get what I want. Okay, you probably can, but let's test it out and see. Let's really test it out. So you have to apply what you have been practicing into your life and relationships. So if you're currently dating, ask the person some questions. Like, don't be scared. Start asking them some questions. How would you know what qualities they have if you don't ask no questions? I've had a problem with that because I used to be like, I don't want to rub people the wrong way. Forget that. I'm rubbing you the wrong way. Because it's like, I need to know who I'm going to be with. Because you'll find yourself, if y'all click on other areas, because like I said, people check off like most of the boxes on your list. And then they miss that just one, but it be too late because you be a year in, or you doing real relationship stuff, or you deep in, and you like, dang, this person don't have this quality, but I'm already with them, and you start dragging stuff out until it's too late. And I promise you, it's gonna hurt worse because you didn't stop when you had the chance. So ask questions. What do they believe in, values and goals? What do they like to do? Where do they see themselves in the future? If they have a problem answering these questions, then okay, toodaloo, on to the next, because I'm not dealing with that. Stop wasting your time. If you know that deep down that you are over the fact that you tired of attracting these regular men or women and they don't want nothing, or they not up to no good, then you're definitely gonna do this. It's okay. No matter if he's so fine or she's so fine. Looks are cool and all, but what's in that noggin? Because a lot of people, they be looking good and dumb as a dodo bird, like a deer with what they say, deer with headlights or no headlights, whatever they be saying. They just be like, oh duh, like that, like they just slow. So looks is cool and all, but what's going on up there? I need to know. So don't get distracted by looks, because looks are everywhere nowadays. Like, I can go outside and see a fine person every day, but that don't mean, so what? I don't know. For me, as time went on, I was never, that's what I was saying, bro. I really did mature kind of fast with mentally, like when I went to college, like, and that's very rare. I'm pretty sure there's people out there. I just always been like that. I'm not just here for a good time. It's like, what we talk about? I really didn't like dudes to be talking to dudes anyway, because you're not talking, what we talking about? What you doing every 5 minutes? Okay, well, block. I'm not, and back then, you know, like the little Apple iGames was like the theme back then, but I don't put, what are we talking about? I was very mature. I didn't need to be with nobody my age or younger. It had to be a little older, and some of them don't even know what they got going on. So it's just like, when you have to be talking about something, you got to reel me in from that first conversation, or that's it. That's it. That's the only way I haven't had that many relationships just because of that. I've only had, in my adult lifetime, 3. So it was just like, what we talking about? You gotta reel me in on that first conversation. That first conversation trash. You can't even get my number. I'm not dealing with that. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, don't waste your time. Don't get distracted by no looks. Okay, you just have to be determined. Like, if you're really ready for something different, you're really ready for that person, your person, like your for real person, you got to do whatever it takes to get them at any cost of anybody or anything. I'm not saying just go out here and do anything and everything, but if they not bad, I mean, they're not good for you, then tish tosh with you. Even if you are with somebody or in a relationship, or you in a situationship or whatever ship you in, if you have stated the qualities that you want in a person and they just not getting with it, they ain't get G with it, or they ain't picking the slack, or starting to like show that they trying to apply the same things, then I guess it's time to go. Like, it's time to go. It's okay to say goodbye. You know, sometimes people mature faster than the other person, or like you can change when you're in a relationship. You especially if you're young. Like, we're still growing. When you're in your 20s, you're still growing. So you can outgrow somebody, and that's totally fine. Maybe y'all need some time apart to mature and get yourselves together. And don't get stuck on the fact that they might mature and y'all can get back together, because sometimes they never mature in a way that you need them to in order for y'all to be together. So it's okay to say goodbye. It's okay to go separate ways. It's okay to like go goodbye for now and come back later. There's nothing wrong with that. I'd rather do that and have everything together when it's time for us to be together, if that's what God has in store for us, than to stay in a relationship and keep settling and both of us are not happy. It's just never gonna work. Like, the more you try to make it work, it's always gonna be some problems left and right. And even bros, like I said, we always gonna get sent some tests, okay, to see if we really want it. Because you can sit here all day and practice this and like actually make your list and create this atmosphere, start loving on yourself and getting these qualities. And here, Sammy Davis Jr. come back around and you like, ooh, head over heels again. Oh, this is my ex from 2 years ago. We was my high school sweetheart, and or like this was my boo thing or whatever. And yeah, we just had a great time together. I'm just gonna forget all about that, and then it's gonna show. And when you do that, you're gonna get right back in your same cycle over again, and you're not it's gonna take probably a long time for you to hop back out that cycle to get the person you want. And it's just like, girl or boy, like, well, do you really want it enough? At this point, I think you like where you at, because you didn't want to like actually be like, you know what? No, because you can have a good thing and a good time the same time you had with that person, with the person that's supposed to be with you. Or even if you don't have the same good times, if they were like some toxic or wild stuff, you still get the person you want to be with, and you actually really, really happy. Like, I prefer all of that over Sammy Davis Jr. I don't know about y'all. So you just got to be strong enough to put your foot down. And that's the problem. People be scared to put that big, thick foot down. Put that foot down and say no. Nothing wrong with saying no. Like, if you fall victim to your flesh every time, you just gonna continue to get what the flesh is giving you. Absolutely nothing. Nothing valuable. Just a good time for a short time. And I don't want short time happiness. I want long term. I want to have a good time all the time. Okay? Yeah, you have your bad times, but I want to have a good time all the time. I want to attract those things. You just got to really ask yourself, is this temporary love or this temporary feeling this person give me really worth me settling for the rest of my life, or not even for the rest of my life, for a long time? Is it worth me wasting more years and more of my time and energy that I've already put out towards this person or people like this person? So it's like, is it really worth it? Like, are those people really more important than you are and what you want and your happiness? Are they really that more important than like getting the things that you deserve in life? Is the love you feel for them greater than the love you feel for yourself? Because at that point, you got to ask these questions, because it's like, I keep falling in the same cycle. It seems like I love them more than I love myself. It feel like I love being with them because they give me the happiness that I can't even give to myself. And it's just like, at that point, you gotta take a look in your mirror, because it's like, I keep going after them for what? It's always something. I'm always having issues. We can't never get it right. Nobody's willing to budge or fix the issues that's going on with us. It was we just throwing rocks and hiding our hands, or even not just throwing rocks and hiding our hands, we just throwing rocks. And it's like, yeah, I know what's wrong with me, but you're not fixing it either. So it's like, well, where does that put you? So even it's just like, okay, well, we're not getting anywhere. So it's like, why am I putting my happiness and what I want on the back burner and falling victim to the flesh and what that temporary stuff when I know that I deserve better? All I'm gonna say is you gotta want it the most. You gotta want it more than anything. And I just think people who don't put that best foot forward, they don't really want it. If you're gonna keep falling down every time you see him or her and weak in the knees, like, stand up. What that girl say? You weak in the knees, stand up. Please get the backbone. Come on, get back up, because they were sent to you so to see if you really were going to stand strong, or were you gonna fall to your knees. It was a test. It was a test, and you failed it. You failed it miserably. And my last step that I would say would be patient. Be patient. Trust me, it's the hardest step. I have little patience, and it don't even have to be about other things. It could be about small things, but I have little patience about a lot of things, especially with human beings. I have very slim patience, but what they be saying, those who wait get what they want, something around them ranges. But it's like, why can't I just get what I want? I don't want to keep waiting. I've been waiting a long time. Listen, the time frame when you're waiting, there isn't. We just gotta wait until it comes. We gotta keep practicing. We gotta keep putting in the work. We gotta keep showing that we worthy of these things, because you can show that you want it for a good amount of time, but when times get hard, you fumble. Or if you show that you were ready for a good amount of time and he give it to you, what was the purpose when you probably fumbled after you got what you deserved? So we have to be patient for the things that we want. Everything that is good requires you to have some little patience. If you rush it, you may pick the wrong partner, or you may fumble what was for you, especially if you're somebody who needs to heal. And like I always say, you can't really know if you're really healed unless you're faced with some triggers or that same type of situation. Because we can sit here and be like, I got over this person, I'm healed of the situation. And then next thing you know, somebody talking to you or doing the same thing or hurting your feelings like the same thing. And you know what you do? You do the same thing you did with the last person. It's like, were you really healed? You really wasn't healed until you put yourself in that situation and retaliated a different way. Okay? If somebody did you wrong and they did it again, or they talking to you a certain way, and you know that's not what you want, why keep going back? Another thing, just on that topic, people gonna come back. It happens, especially if you have great qualities and you're a great woman or you're a great guy. People come back to that because they like that energy. But listen, at some point, it's your responsibility to say no. It's no longer their fault they keep coming back. Like, okay, you keep letting them. So you wouldn't be in this position, or you wouldn't have to deal with certain things if we stopped letting people come back. It's okay if you need to get yourself together, or it's okay for people to come back and they better. But if you come back the same way, we gonna have the same results. If I come back the same way, we gonna have the same results. You have to be strong enough to put your foot down if you really want it. You have to be strong enough to put your foot down and be like, nah, I'm good on it, okay? It ain't even worth it. It's just not worth it. And most times it's just not worth it. If them triggers are making you have the same results or do the same thing for the same type of situation, you need to go back in your dungeon and heal some more. And there's nothing wrong with healing some more. But I'd rather complete my healing stage than put myself in a predicament where I have to deal with the same old mess again. If I'm looking for my ideal partner, I'm looking for my husband, like, or my wife. I need to put myself in a situation. I need to carry myself in a way that I attract what I want. So the last thing I want to leave you with is this. If you're really not ready to go after what you want when it comes to picking an ideal partner, because I know relationships and trying to find somebody for you is tricky these days, and it's just like you want to cuddle and you want to have these romantic things, and it's just hard to find people like that. I get it. So you go back to the old or same thing, or you just go for anything that's available, but and put up with things you don't have to, or people talking to you certain ways or doing you certain ways when you don't have to. I get it. But if you're really not ready to take this step and go after what you really want and really want your ideal partner, don't do it. Do not do it. It's okay to write the qualities down. It's okay to love on yourself more, because it takes time. Like, you might have to go back in the dungeon, like I said, and do some more work. Maybe you just not ready there. Maybe you have got the qualities, but you're not strong enough to put your foot down, and that's totally fine. But because you're going to have to make sacrifices that you probably will never be fully ready to make. You're probably going to have to get rid of some people you've been with for years. You're going to have to finally get rid of somebody you knew for years, and y'all just had a great connection, or even they were just a great person. But if you're not fully there to understand that it's okay, you can be a great guy, but you are a great woman, but you're not a great guy for me, or you're not for me. And I've been in that situation, and it's okay. Like, I don't know how else to put it to you. I was like that. Like, you're just a great guy. You're just not one for me. And that's totally fine. Like, I found somebody that was. So, or you're going to find somebody who is for you. And if you get that in your head, it'll be easier. But like I said, if you're not ready to make the step and do what's best for you right now, and not really ready to make those sacrifices, don't do it. Go back in your dungeon. Keep working on yourself. Now, don't get caught up in, like, I'm going to keep working on myself and keep doing the same thing, because then you're going to get comfortable with the fact that you're going to accept things as though they are, and you're going to still be attracting the same people, and you're going to be confused and be like, what? And you're going to put all that work in for nothing. So it's okay to go back and think things over and consider what you really want to do and make that move when you actually ready to make those sacrifices. Go back in your little dungeon. Keep putting in the work until you're able to boost your self-confidence and your self-growth and your love for yourself, and know that you deserve, really know that you deserve everything that you desire. So when it's ready, when it's time for you to take your final test, you will pass with flying colors, and you will meet the man or woman of your dreams, and you'll have a happy life with your ideal partner. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Again, do not forget to go my Instagram page at iam.enupmsl and enter for my giveaway by July 30th. That's a Sunday at 8 p.m. CT time is when the giveaway ends. The winner of the giveaway will be announced that following day, July 31st. I will be posting the winner on my Instagram page and the story, and I'm going to tag you. So yes, and then we can go talk some more details about how you're going to receive your items, and I'm going to get your size for the shirt so I can send those to you. So yes, don't forget to do that, please, guys. Don't be scared. Enter the giveaway if you want free things. I want free things. Like I said, if you don't want it, I'm going to take it, because you're lucky I didn't enter myself in for the giveaway, because I would have did it. But this is for y'all, because I was showing my appreciation for y'all love and support for following my podcast. Okay, so do that, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications, as well as share the podcast with your loved ones, strangers, sister, brother, cousin, grandpappy, grandma, uncle, auntie, all of them, your ex, people you don't really care for, strangers, because we all need to learn how to love ourselves a little bit more. The world would be great if we could do that. So yes, don't forget to do that. Don't be scared to DM me, like I always say. Don't be scared to DM me about things, about how you feel about this episode or any of my past episodes, and how, you know, your life is changing, how things are going in your life. I like that, to build a connection with you guys, because of course the platform is not just for you, it's for me, And when y'all tell me those things, it just helps me keep going and figuring out things that I can talk about more to help you guys. Also, I did want to say this though, if you think you would like to hear some different or more or a specific type of topic, you can also DM me about that, and I can, you know, write something up and we can talk about that, because I like to hear about those things too, or what y'all are going through, or like something that you can relate to as far as like loving on yourself and learning how to love on yourself. So don't forget to do that as well. And I will see you guys next time. I don't think I'm missing anything. So yeah, see you guys next time. Okay, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.